What's up, everybody? Welcome to Motivational Mondays. Today, we're talking about mentorship and the importance of mentorship. And I just want to share that I think this is an area that has gotten lost for many reasons, especially during this time where we're very much so isolated, I think, from people that we can learn from and grow with. So to me, what's essential is you really have to prioritize mentorship both on the giving and the receiving end. And so for me, I remember I was really touched early on in my career by working with my high school band director, Damian Crutcher. Absolutely brilliant conductor and musician. So thankful to still have him in my life to this day as a mentor. But I remember he really saw me as an artist. He really saw me as a young musician, and he used to always call me Professor Johnson, which was interesting. He had this way of really kind of like seeing people and seeing what they could become. And he would always say, Professor Johnson, you're doing a great job. And he was so, like motivational and really like lifting me up. And I remember I started getting this desire to be able to provide that same level of comfort and that same level of inspiration and motivation to other people. So any of the underclassmen, as I was like a sophomore or junior, I was looking at the freshmen like, hey, how can I help out? What are some things that I can do to make them feel good about themselves and to encourage them to do better? I started teaching private lessons at the time that I was in high school. So it became really important to me to receive mentorship and then also mirror that mentorship. Another part of that too is I was definitely in some situations where I was around, maybe some musicians or some people that didn't have my best interest in mind or weren't the greatest of motivators. Maybe they were great musicians but weren't great mentors and didn't know how to be there for me in that particular way. And I also saw how that affected me and how that impacted me. And I made it a point to kind of learn from those mistakes or maybe just learn from the lessons of it feels crappy to not be seen. It feels crappy to not feel motivated or encouraged or to be shamed. And so I made it a point to make sure that I was seeking out as many opportunities to make people feel as welcomed and warm and fuzzy, but also challenged and, finding a sense of discipline. So I think it's equally important to give mentorship as it is to receive mentorship. Now, where do we find mentors? I think the first thing that we can define is we have to remove this image of anyone being perfect. We're not perfect, and if we accept that we're not perfect, then I think we're a bit more open to understanding that no one's perfect. So you're not gonna find this guru person that's gonna have every single answer for every single scenario. At different points in your life, you're gonna need advice from different people, and you meet these people every day. So as you're connecting with different musicians online, as you're connecting with different artists that you connect with in a live setting, you'll start to get a sense of who are the people that it's okay to kind of stay in regular communication with? Who are the people that are kind of like, nah, I'm not interested? Who are the people that maybe I can reach out to this person every 3 months and they'll give me some great advice? And start to kind of build a Rolodex of people that you're not asking to propel your career to the next end, although they may be open to that. You're not trying to get these people to, reparent you, but instead you're really looking for people who are in a position to be able to empower you and give you some wisdom and give you some guidance. But we have to be open enough, and we also have to make sure that our past traumas around not being mentored or about maybe having some negative influences in our life don't stop us from being able to seek out mentorship or to really see where this obvious mentorship comes from. So I say stay open, stay present, make it a point. I'll tell you all the time, I have people who I meet one time at a workshop and they say, can I stay in touch? I always offer up my email address. I always respond. I do everything I can to stay connected. And I have students throughout the years, some of which maybe I taught formally, maybe I just taught a one-time masterclass, or maybe we just met somewhere. And in some cases, I taught them nothing about music. Absolutely nothing about music, but we have conversations about life. Or maybe we don't have conversations about life and we just focus on one particular lesson that really sticks with them. So whether it's formal or informal, be open to building relationships. And I think networking and mentorship go hand in hand. If you go in expecting something like, I expect this person to, be my uncle who's gonna guide me through, you're putting a little bit too much pressure on it. Instead, this is a musician that I look up to. I'm gonna make an attempt to stay in touch with this person, and it's either going to turn into these great conversations. It might be a one-off, or they might not be interested, but you have to be open enough to be able to receive that. And also, don't underestimate how badly a lot of musicians and a lot of artists want to be able to give back. And I think that's the thing that baffles me sometimes. I've talked to some people like, oh, I really didn't want to bother you because you're so busy. I thrive off of being able to help people. I thrive off of being able to, to motivate people. It's why I'm doing this series. So for me, it's my honor to be able to give back the things that have been given to me and to be able to share this information. So just kind of keep that mindset, but then make sure that you're open too, so that when someone who's trying to get to where you are wants some advice, try to be open enough in order to just give them, a little bit of time, even if it's 5 minutes of your time. Mentor down and make sure you're receiving mentorship from above. All right, that's all I have for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.